Hey up folks, Guy Kessivan the Testaman here, up Stainburn as I often am, but where in 2017 I recorded my first ever super shonky Guy Kes TV first ride on the Santa Cruz Chameleon. And it was an absolute shocker looking back now. I didn't even know you could cut audio and video apart, so it's a proper cut and shut job. With one camera on my helmet, I think I had another on my chest to record audio, and luckily since then, you know, I've learnt a bit. Cameras have got a lot better, microphones have got a lot bit better, stabilisation on cameras has got infinitely better, so I don't have to fight with some kind of robot arm on my chest that regular had a mental breakdown, almost as regularly as I have. But that, YouTube tells me, was 1,000 videos ago. So whether that's a millstone or a milestone, I'm still not sure yet, but I just wanted to say thanks massively to everyone who's entertained this nonsense, whether it's been by watching it, commenting on it, giving feedback on the bottom of reviews so they all end up much richer, so we get points of view from all over the world, which means I can be totally honest and say whether I like a product and why I like a product, and whether I don't like a product and don't like, and why. And then you can all pitch in and add your perspectives from where you ride, how you ride, and everybody ends up with a much richer, broader context review, which from a professional point of view is just the ultimate reviewing answer. It's a mixture of my decades of experience and your breadth of user knowledge, and that's about as good as it gets. So, massive thanks to everyone who supported me, viewing in that way. Huge thanks to the industry, both people from the industries who've sponsored me over the years, people who've sent kit in for test or bikes in for test and trusted me to give an honest opinion, whether that's good or bad, whether I'm championing them or they end up kind of having to use it as constructive criticism. I've been really, really humbled, I guess, by how much support I've had from the industry. And also from some other media as well. It's been really, really good. Big shout out to the lads from MBR in particular, and others. A lot of the independent creators. There's a few of us out there now. Apparently I've inspired some of them, because when I started doing the old point of view thing, I was the first one. But, people wonder what the hell was going on, this sort of one-man band with cameras everywhere, swapping batteries every few minutes. On the first press trips, I took the GoPro on, and now there's a whole train of us speaking in different languages, and even Pink Bike are doing the live ride review thing. So, I guess there's an imitation being the sincerest form of flattery element there, but I think, I'm not going to pretend that I'm not still one of the roughest, rawest channels out there, but I've tried being fancy. I've even had to go at a drone occasionally, but it's like a dog walking on its hind legs, let's be honest. It's clever for a minute, but it gets a bit awkward after a while. So I've kind of returned to just raw, honest, me chatting to a camera, no script, making observations as I go along, and that seems to be what you folks like. And it's sustainable from a channel point of view, and most importantly, it's sustainable from it being the true me. Which I think when you've been going for 1,000 videos and you're planning to crank out several thousand more until, I always say that I worked on magazines until they died, I worked on websites until they died, and now I'm probably working on YouTube till I die. But the great thing is, on here I can be totally honest, so you get my unbiased, unfiltered opinion literally live as I'm riding, and that somehow has got to be 9.2 million views over the years, which is remarkable. So thanks if you're one of those viewers. Thanks if you're an industry supporter. Massive thanks to my Patreon supporters in particular, who pledge every month to support the channel. But anyone who's subscribed or just give me a thumbs up, like, or they do a gift thing on YouTube now, or just told their mates to watch the channel. That's all been a huge, huge boost to me, just to keep going. When I've wondered whether to jack it all in, because, YouTube, it's a hard slog to make it pay. I think I've worked at, it told me that I think I've earned 26,800 quid or something over 9.2 million views, which I think is 0.0029 pence per view. But, you know, thanks to my industry supporters and my patrons and, you know, other freelance work, and then the occasional paid commission video, you know, which I'll always flag up when I do them. They're mostly the route guide stuff these days, or, you know, for Polaris and people like that, or North York Moors. You know, somehow it works, and it's still working, and I can call myself a YouTuber. And at that point, I should apologise to my daughters and my wife, who have to have some awkward conversations when people ask what their dad or husband does. And just huge thanks to them for putting up with me when I've been at the end of the tether with it, or, you know, it's in other situations like leaving MBUK in the Kexit, which was nearly as acrimonious as Brexit, as it turned out. But yeah, just thanks to everybody for your support. It's you as a community commenting, giving me feedback, corrections when it's wrong or there's a flaw in the edit or anything like that, or just being part of this ridiculously large 39,000 plus subscriber count community from all over the world that kind of wander in and out of my little corner of the internet, far off the beaten track algorithm now, because I don't do the clever clickbait, I don't do the fancy thumbnails, because it's not really me. Not me at all. I did try it, but I think you'll agree, it just doesn't sit well. But sitting here in Stainburn, in the rain, as it happens, first time in ages in Yorkshire, typical, just chatting to you guys on the camera has somehow become weirdly natural. Oh, and I should say, you know, apologies to all the people who have found me just chatting to myself in the woods or doing race runs at enduros or anything like that. I know it's not normal. And if you've chatted back to me, I know that's you being normal and pleasant, and it's me being the weirdo that's talking to myself. Don't worry. I get that. And, yeah. So, and equally, I know it's not for everyone. But I'm guessing if you're watching this, you've been a supporter to Guys Tez TV, or you've just happened upon it. In which case, welcome to the weirdness and the madness, and most of all, just going out on a bike, trying to put people on the right routes, right kit, right bikes, so they have a better experience riding. And, you know, hopefully not being too triggering, or keeping away from disappointments, whether that's tech that won't suit, bikes that won't suit, or whatever. You know, that's what this channel's all about. Letting me using my experience so that you can have a better time biking. But I'm rambling now. Oh, there's a bloody fly on the lens as well. So I think the flies are telling me that this content stinks. So I'm going to turn off the camera, jump back on my bike, and crack on with the next 1,000 YouTube videos. So, I hope you've enjoyed the ride so far, and I hope you'll continue coming along for a lot more rides for the foreseeable future. Thanks, folks. Sorry, I forgot to say, if you are in the industry and want to send something in for test, or want me to come and do an event on a route, just let me know. It doesn't cost anything, because if you can buy my opinion, then my opinion's obviously worthless. So whether you're a tiny manufacturer, you know, in your back garden, or you're a mega brand, let us know if you've got something for test. And on the other hand, if you have sent something in for test and you haven't seen it on the channel yet, then I'm really sorry. I have still got it, and I've probably ridden it. I just haven't got around to filming it yet, but it is coming. Even if it was like 2 or 3 years ago, there is a bit of a backlog, because I get quite busy with other freelance stuff. That's, you know, how I kind of, the side hustle that keeps this YouTube game working. But yeah, just get involved. However you're in this biking game, just give us a shout. Always glad to hear ideas or see new stuff, because at the end of the day, that's what makes this content richer and hopefully more interesting. Right, off you go. Have a ride. Go on, ta-ra.